Salt Lake County or Utah County. If you are thinking about making the move here to Utah, you have probably considered Salt Lake County or Utah County as your final landing spot. Now, in this video, it is my hope that I can give you enough information and insight that can kind of help steer you in the direction where it best fits your lifestyle and your needs. So let's just dive right into it. So first thing, I am Scott Sutherland. I'm a real estate agent here with Arive Homes. We are a semi-custom home builder here in Utah, specifically in Utah County. If you are interested at all in what we do or the homes that we build, go ahead, shoot me a text. Happy to help out. That's my number right there. But yeah, let's get into the comparisons and differences between Salt Lake County and Utah County. First one I want to cover is affordability. Now, there are some differences when it comes to this, and these numbers, I would say, don't really reflect the market, how it truly is right now, but nonetheless, these are the numbers. So I want to talk about three different numbers for this category, okay? The median home price as a whole, the single family median home price, and also the townhome median home price for each of these areas. Now, let's start in Salt Lake County. The median home price of all those homes, so townhomes, condos, single-family homes, was, as of July 2024, was $562,000. Now, the median single-family home price goes up from there at $630,000. Now, if we throw townhomes up there in the mix, which I like to do because we've built townhomes at Arive Homes, there's a lot of townhomes going in all across Utah County and Salt Lake. The median townhome price up in Salt Lake County was $449,000. Now, if we're shifting gears down into Utah County, if you are solely basing stuff off of affordability, Utah County takes the cake on that. So the median home price of, like I said, all homes here, so condos, single family, townhomes in Utah County as of July 2024 was $510,000. Now, if we shift gears and we just look at single family homes here in Utah County, that number goes up almost $100,000 and it comes in right at $605,000. Looking at townhomes now in Utah County, the median price was $432,000. Now, this was according to Redfin as of July 2024. So if you are merely looking at affordability concerns, I would definitely consider looking at Utah County. Now, the next thing I want to cover is the weather here in both these counties. Now, geographically, Salt Lake County and Utah County are really close together. And there's a lot of similarities, but there are some differences that you should be aware of. Let's start with Salt Lake County. Now, summers tend to be slightly hotter by about 5 degrees. They experience, in the summer times, occasional thunderstorms. Now, with weather, I'm going to put in the air quality as well. Now, Salt Lake County tends to be more urbanized, and with that comes more air pollutants, and that is more prevalent up in the Salt Lake County area. Now, if we shift towards winter, winters typically tend to be a little bit colder, and when I say a little bit, it is a few degrees. I don't really notice it if it's within 5 degrees. If it's cold outside, it's cold outside, and it's cold and it's hot in the summertime. So that little bit of difference doesn't really bother me too much between the two counties. But what is notable is the inversion here that happens in Salt Lake County in the winter. Now, you might be thinking, what is inversion? Inversion happens when cold air pockets get trapped under warmer air. So when this cold air gets trapped under that warmer air, it can't escape. Now, this is due to the way the mountains and everything are situated in the Salt Lake Valley. Inversion happens. It's been happening for many, many years. It's not just the accumulation of our urban pollutants. It's a culmination of many different things. And due to that geographic nature of that area, that cold air gets trapped, traps pollutants, and what we get is the inversion. And it appears as a smog almost during the winter months and poor air quality. It happens every single year, and it's definitely something to be aware of. And that happens predominantly up in the Salt Lake County area. You can Google it, type in Salt Lake County inversion if you want to learn more about it, but it is something to be aware of if you are really conscious about the air quality here if you're moving here. Now, in Utah County, the weather is similar in the summertime as well as in the wintertime. Some of the differences are you don't get as bad of that inversion here in Utah County. Now, if you're going up towards, let's say like the Lehigh area, you can kind of feel some of the effects of it up there, but like I said, it's predominantly up in the Salt Lake Valley. Now, in the summer times, it gets hot here. We are in the high desert. There are fires around. You do see smoke here in the air throughout the summer months. It's July right now. As I look out, I see smoke from surrounding fires, and that just comes with living in the desert. There is smoke that does come and settle in for some time. We do have thunderstorms and rainstorms that come in that help wash that smoke out of the air, so we welcome those when those happen as well. With the weather, I would also say get good all-season tires on your car. Be sure to check them as winter is hitting, or in summertime. Make sure you have tread on your tires. You want good tread. Black ice is not fun on bald tires, okay? Just keep up with maintenance on the car. Make sure you have good all-season tires. Be prepared for winters here. We do try to keep the streets cleared with the snow plows and everything, but black ice is a thing, and there are specific times when we have a hotter day. There's snow melt on the road, and then it freezes quickly, and it can be very beneficial if you keep up with good tire maintenance and making sure you have good tread on those tires and the vehicle's in good working condition. So I would think about an all-wheel drive car, 4x4s, always good options. But yeah, it is something to be aware of if you're coming from warmer climates and aren't accustomed to winters and snow in those types of conditions. All right, so that's going to lead me into the next point, and that is the traffic associated with both of these counties. Now, as I said before, Salt Lake County is more urbanized. That is going to mean it naturally has more traffic. Now, especially during peak travel hours, areas as I-15, I-215, and I-80, all in Salt Lake County, will experience higher traffic volumes. Areas such as Redwood Road and also Bangerter Highway, they experience frequent construction. You can expect delays on those roads as well. Now, recreation areas up in Salt Lake County, Big Cottonwood Canyon, Little Cottonwood Canyon, traffic is around those areas as well. There's major ski resorts up in that direction, so there is typically traffic in those areas. Now, if you're moving down into Utah County, traffic is slightly less. Now, if you're in the Lehigh area where all the big tech sectors are, now that's the big outlier. Up in northern Utah County, you do experience much more traffic. Not quite as bad as downtown, but it is something to be aware of. And also around, let's say, Orem and Provo. Both areas have BYU in Provo and Utah Valley University here in Orem. Those universities, there's many students that go there. There's traffic around those areas, so I would be aware of that if you're trying to plan a commute to a different area from where you're planning on living. Keep those areas in mind that they will experience higher levels of traffic during the morning hours when people are trying to get to the school. Now, I want to talk about some things to do in both of these counties. So Salt Lake City, or Salt Lake County, I should say, is more urbanized and has more cultural activities. They got performing arts centers. Many of the concerts that happen up in Salt Lake City. Sporting events, the Utah Jazz play up there. We just got a hockey team. So a lot of events like sportings and nightlife and things like that happen up in Salt Lake, specifically the Salt Lake City, the city itself. So if you're into those things, maybe you want to be closer up there. High-end shopping can also be found up in Salt Lake City. The City Creek Center offers, high-end shopping. Park City also, it's about probably a 40-minute drive from Salt Lake City. There's also high-end shopping out there. With that city also comes a huge diverse food scene. So if you're into the food scene and all of that, Salt Lake is a great option. Now, there is many historical sites up in Salt Lake City as well, if you enjoy looking and learning about those things. Some outdoor activities, if you're into skiing, hiking, and like other parks, Salt Lake City has greater access. Well, I shouldn't say greater access. Quicker access is a better word. Ski resorts such as Alta, Brighton, Snowbird. I'm missing a few. I know I am. But all those are right there. If you're in Salt Lake County, it's really easy to just drive up. Besides the traffic, it's easy to get up to those ski resorts and enjoy those winter activities. Also, in the summertime, you can go up there, hike, mountain bike, and have great access to those as well. Now, Utah County, let's talk about some of those differences there. There is many hiking, climbing, water activities, camping, picnicking areas all across the Wasatch Front here. In Utah County specifically, you have ready access to the mountains, Utah Lake, just up Provo Canyon. There's Deer Creek Reservoir. So there's many options out for outdoor living. And I would say outdoor living is more prominent here in Utah County. Up in Salt Lake, it's more urbanized. So I would definitely say, if I had to summarize the two, Salt Lake County is more urbanized and robust in the cultural scene. It's excellent for shopping and dining options and easy access, as I said, to major ski resorts. Utah County offers more recreational activities such as hiking, fishing, camping, and like local festivals and stuff. Especially right now, we're in July. There's a lot of festivals that are happening right now. Practically every city has its own like parade and special week where carnivals come. And it's a really neat time of year here in Utah County. So those are some of the differences there of things to do. If you're looking for more nightlife and things like that, maybe gear towards Salt Lake. If you're like more of the outdoors, rural areas where living and outdoor activities, look at more into Utah County. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is the salaries associated with both counties. Now, this is the median or average salaries, and I say this varies greatly. And it also, it does. It varies greatly depending on profession. So when I say the average salary, that is a broad average of all the jobs that are around. So the average salary in Salt Lake City comes in right around $75,000. Now, when compared to Utah County, that salary is right around $68,000. These salaries can vary greatly depending on what profession that you are in. If you're in, management positions or the tech centers, those salaries can go up. So I would definitely say keep that in mind. Know what industry you want to be working in, if it's management or if it's a tech sector. Those typically pay more than that average salary. So do your own research, figure out what sectors you want to be working in. There's a lot of great opportunities here in both counties, and there's a lot of growth, especially business growth here in the northern end of Utah County. Well, I hope that was beneficial for you. If you have any questions, go ahead, drop it in the comments below. If I missed something or if you have questions at all, just throw it in the comments below. I'll get to them. And like I said, my name is Scott Sutherland. I am here at Arive Realty. If you enjoyed this content and you found it beneficial, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.